Hi, my name is Solo P1 and welcome to the 2019 F1 Belgian Grand Prix race day review. Yep, it's been a long time. Summer break is done. This video is late, I know. I was actually at the race in Belgium. Had a good time, by the way. I wasn't there for the practice 1 and 2. I wasn't even there for qualifying. I arrived in Belgium for qualifying, but I didn't go to qualifying. I was there for the race day. And it was the first time I was actually in Belgium. A lovely place, by the way. If you want to go on your holidays, I would recommend Belgium. But when I got there, I thought, yeah, we're finally there. We got there, it took us, we took a boat from Dover. It took us about an hour and a half on the boat. It took us to get to France. Then we drove from France straight to Belgium. And it took us from France about 4 hours maybe. Because once you get over the mainland from the UK, from London, when you get over to the mainland, from London straight onto France, you can get basically anywhere. You can get to any country really in Europe by car. That's what I did. I drove. Me and my mates, we went there, had a good time. Brilliant. But when we finally got there, because Spa, the Belgian Grand Prix is built on a farm. It's on a farm. Surrounded by, farm, leaves, sheep, whatever, whatever's on the farm. And it took us hours to get there. Once we actually got to the place, we had to walk up a hill. It was absolutely huge. The hill was huge. It was so steep. I like training, I like going to the gym, whatever. But this hill was steep. But at one time, I was thinking, you know what? When are we going to get there? We've been walking up this big hill for about 1 hour. 1 hour we've walking up this hill. But we finally got there. But when we got there, then we ran into a big, massive queue just to get in the place. So imagine getting there, you're thinking, like Silverstone, I was at Silverstone this year. You arrive at Silverstone, the gate's there, you queue up probably for about 10 minutes, if that. There's exits everywhere in Silverstone, brilliant facilities, best facilities I've ever been to at a Grand Prix is Silverstone. Highly recommend to go to Silverstone. You get there, they got exits everywhere, entrances everywhere, you go there, you queue up. The max that you'll queue up is 10 minutes, not even that. That's the maximum time. Waiting time. You get in there, you're in. With Belgium, you've got to walk up a hill for 1 hour. And it's not like a hill where you just go up a hill, then you stop and there's a bit of flat and then it goes up. It is a hill. 1 hour. And then when you finally get there, I'm queuing up for 1 hour. In the blistering heat. They said on Sunday, race day, there wasn't going to be any heat. But when we was walking up that hill, there was heat. And we finally got there. I had to drink about 10 bottles of water. I was so dehydrated. It was like being at the gym for 2 days straight. But we got there finally. And when we got in there, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Eau Rouge is absolutely amazing. The TV doesn't give Eau Rouge credit. It doesn't give it credit. That thing is so steep and big. The Eau Rouge is it is a work of art. The greatest corner in F1. The greatest hill in F1. The Eau Rouge. Absolutely brilliant. My favourite Grand Prix. If you watch my videos over the past couple of years, you know that my favourite Grand Prix is Belgium. Spa. And that Eau Rouge is amazing. Power track. Just like Silverstone, just like Monza, power. Pure straight line speed. speed. That gets onto the thing I want to talk about, Ferrari. Listen, this is not going to be a detailed review. I only come back from Belgium yesterday. I'm tired. I wanted to do a review. I was going to do a live review there. My camera wasn't working properly, so I thought I was going to try and do it on my iPad. My iPad was playing up, and I thought, you know what, forget it. I'm going to take some pictures, which I did. I'm going to put them on my Instagram. I'm going to put some pictures on Twitter. So if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, I'll put some pictures on there, and you can see what Belgium looks like from the camera. I had to borrow my friend's phone to take some pictures because my phone was playing up as well. It was just one of those weekends. I woke up in the morning to leave. Early hours of the morning. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I left London 2 o'clock in the morning to go to Dover. I got up in the morning. I had a coffee. I thought, right, I'm going to jump in the shower, and then my shower started playing up. No hot water in the shower. No hot water. What is going on? My boiler was playing up. So I said, here we go. This is how it's going to be. It's going to start from here, and it's going to just go all downhill from here. Even downhill from where it was. Having a cold shower. I had to have a cold shower. Ice cold shower. If it was in the winter, it would have been game over. But because it was a little bit warm, it weren't that bad. So I had a cold shower. Got ready. Got my clothes. Got ready to go. Off. So when we finally got there, before I'm going to start talking about the review, before I got there, I got to the hotel. What happens? I went to have a shower in the hotel. The shower was blocked. The shower was blocked. So when I was in the UK, I tried to have a shower at my house. Boiler broke. Tried to have a shower in Belgium when I got to the hotel because I was sweating from driving all the way there for 4 hours. What happened? Shower was blocked. So I had to go downstairs and speak to the hotel manager. I said, listen, I just got to this hotel. You've got my money. You've taken my money, right? You don't have bed and breakfast in the morning. You just a bed and board. And you could at least have the shower running properly. And he goes, the shower's already running properly. I go, no, it isn't. The shower is blocked. So the guy come up with a plunger, started plunging it like that. Plunging the shower. I goes, what are you doing? It's blocked. I goes, listen, it's going to take more than a plunger. So he said to me, he goes, I'll tell you what to do, we change rooms. I goes, fine, we change rooms. So I had to get all my stuff, go into the next room. This is when I first got to the hotel, you know. All I wanted to do is have a shower, have a coffee and relax. But no, the shower was blocked. So I had to get all my stuff. We had to move, we had to go 3 flights of stairs. Right, never going to book this hotel ever again. 3 flights of stairs, and we finally got in the hotel. And then we went to have a shower. The shower was perfect. I was relaxed. Everything was fine. I got to Belgium on Saturday, so it was fine. So, because I missed qualifying, I got, they had Sky. They had like their version of Sky in the hotel. So I was watching a bit of qualifying. I thought, you know, great. I goes, look, we all know, I'm getting back to the race now. We all know that the straight line speed belongs to Ferrari. We all know this. We all know this. It was 99.9% that Ferrari was going to get a 1 and 2 in qualifying. If it was Singapore, never going to happen. If it was in Silverstone, never going to happen. If it was in Baku, never going to happen. But we know the 2 tracks are guaranteed to get pole. 99.9% of the chance they're going to get pole is going to be in Monza and Belgium. So, one out the way. They got pole. Congratulations to Charles Leclerc. Guaranteed. This guy, what more can this guy go through? He's lost his mate Jules Bianchi, and now he's lost his other mate as well in F2. It's a shame what happened to that guy. He was a young guy, 22 years of age. French driver. Him, Charles Leclerc, Pierre Gasly, Ocon, all come up together. And it's a shame that the guy's young life ended that way. It's a shame. But Charles Leclerc got pole. Vettel second. So again, Charles Leclerc out qualifying Vettel. This guy has to be the main driver now in Ferrari. They must be putting all their chips behind Charles Leclerc. Definitely now. Vettel is a second driver. He's not happy with the car. He's obviously not going to change it. Too late to change it. Have to probably wait till next season. There's rumours that Vettel was going to Red Bull next season. We'll see how it goes. But Charles Leclerc was the fastest and he deserved it. Now onto the race. I'm going to got a few notes here. Usually I have a separate video when it comes to race day review and qualifying. But because I was there, I didn't have time to do it. So I'm just going to try and get this in, you know. Lewis got P3. He got qualifying P3. P3. In qualifying, he got third. I think it was good to get third. Bottas was fourth. So, you know, what can you do? You know what's going to happen. It was always going to be a Ferrari track. So all Hammer could do is do his tactics, what he usually says, try and do his strategy. But he come third. He did slip in the middle sector. That might have cost him second place. But it just wasn't meant to be. He was 1 and 2 Ferrari and they deserved it. So, at the beginning, lights out of the way we go. Again, Max Verstappen got a bad start. I was there right on the Rouge. I was there. You had Max Verstappen, bad start. All weekend when I was at Spa, I got all these Max Verstappen fans. Oh, Max Verstappen. People from France. Because Holland's official languages are French, German and Dutch. There was a lot of French fans, a lot of Dutch fans, a lot of German fans. All they wanted was Max Verstappen. I'm not going to tell anyone who to support. That's up to them. But being a British man, I came in there with my British flag, huge British flag. I had my hat on, this hat that I'm wearing now, and I was there. When they had the parade lap, I saw Lewis Hamilton. He always looks around for his fans. It was me and a couple of us. There was about 3 or 4 of us there, right by the gate. And they had the parade lap where we were standing. And Lewis Hamilton went past. I shouted his name and he looked over and he just waved. Because all they had there was bare where I was standing anyway. I didn't go around the whole track. Track's huge. But where I was standing, it was just at the top of the Rouge. All you had was Red Bull, French flags, whatever. There was no British flags. I was the only British guy there with a flag. There might have been other British guys there, but they didn't have a flag like I did. My flag was huge. I put my flag up, he looked and he waved. That's all I needed to know, that he knows his fans are there for him. And I was proud of that. He saw me and I just put my flag up and he waved and that was it. That was at the track parade. So we had lights out the way we go. Enough of that now. Lights out the way we go. Boom. Straight away, Max Verstappen, horrible start. Sainz stalled on the grid. Sainz has been having a great season, finishing in the top 6 for the past 5 races. Sainz, boom, stalled on the grid. So finally, Max Verstappen, he's trying to go around the first corner, hits Kimi. Kimi was absolutely, he was screwing, gutted. Again, who hit me? Max Verstappen tried to sneak on the inside because he had a bad start. He tried to come on the inside, hit Kimi, boom. Max Verstappen's car was completely damaged. He came up the Rouge, his car was all over the place. He lost downforce, boom, straight into the barrier. I'm glad he wasn't hurt. He wasn't hurt at all, but his race was over. I was standing there, and you had all these Max Verstappen fans going, I started laughing. I couldn't help myself. I was standing there, I had my British flag on, I did not give a crap. I was standing there and I was laughing my head off. Because all these guys on the TV and all the fans, listen, if you want to like, you like, whatever. But it was just funny. The way, the race, he's been having a great season so far, Max Verstappen. He came here, this is one of his home Grand Prix in Belgium. It's one of his home Grand Prix. He's got 3 Grand Prix, 2 Grand Prix. He's going to be 3 next year. But this is one of his home Grand Prix where he gets a lot of his fans. A lot of his fan base comes here because it's not far from Belgium. Not far from Holland. And he came here, and it was so funny. And when he crashed his car, I was laughing my head off. I couldn't help it. I just couldn't help it. And I looked round, and there was a few guys looking at me. I thought, yeah, so it's one of them, innit? And it was funny. You guys come here. I didn't actually say that to him. I just stood there. And I thought, you guys come here. You're cheering for Max Verstappen. You're booing Hamilton constantly. These are the same fans that are probably booing Hamilton when Hamilton shanked his car in practice 3. And I was just kind of returning the favour because it was funny. So Max Verstappen was out of the race. So was Sainz. His car was gone. He just kept going into anti-stall mode. I don't know what was going on. And that's it, really. Soon as the first, and then obviously the safety car come out. When the safety car come out, there was going around for about 3 or 4 laps. And then as soon as the safety car ended, boom, Hamilton was in second place because he got the jump on Vettel before the safety car. Charles Leclerc stayed in first, Vettel was second, and Hamilton was second. And just like last year at the beginning of the 2018 F1 Grand Prix in Belgium, what happened? Vettel, Ferrari, straight line speed, powered past Hamilton. Nothing Hamilton could do. There's nothing he could do. His engine was turned up. His ERS was turned up. Still not going to do nothing. That car in a straight line speed is unbeatable. But that's all it's got, is straight line speed. If all the tracks were like Belgium and Italy, like Monza, Italy Monza, Ferrari would win the world title. They would win they'd win the Drivers' Championship. They'd win the Constructors' Championship. They'd win everything. And there's nothing nobody could do about it. They'd win every single race. But it's not. And that's Ferrari's problem. So, he powered past Lewis Hamilton. Nothing Hamilton could do. And that was it, really, basically. I didn't even put that much notes down. And as the race goes on, they pitted. But what was funny was towards the end is, when I saw Hamilton and was in second place, to me, I think they pitted Vettel too early. I think they screwed Vettel. They pitted Vettel too early, and he was struggling on his tyres because they pitted him too early. Vettel was fine with grip. I thought Vettel could have carried on, but they pitted him too early. Obviously, they were sacrificing. They were keeping their man to win this race was Charles Leclerc. That was their man. They actually told at one time when they pitted Vettel early and then Charles Leclerc pitted about 10 laps after, which that's what I would have probably double stacked them. I would have probably had Charles Leclerc, Vettel coming, Charles first, straight away, Vettel straight after, do a double stack just to keep the two Ferraris ahead. But then they've had to pitted Vettel too early, and what happened? Hamilton passed him and Bottas passed him. Bottas was just about to pass Vettel, and then Vettel had to go into the pits again. So they compromised his race. It was all over for Vettel. All over. I thought at that time, I'll go, look, Hamilton second, I'll take it. Bottas third, boom, I'll take that. 2 and 3, good for the constructors, whatever. Nice day at the office. But I was walking home. I started to walk back because I wanted to get back to the car. I didn't want to get stuck in the traffic. I didn't want to wait for the parade. I didn't want to run on the track. I'd done that at Silverstone. I didn't want to run on the track. There was too many people there. I thought, if I start doing that, I'm never going to get out. I'm going to be trapped there for 3 hours, and I'm never going to get out. I'm going to get home. I'm going to get back to the boat, and it's going to take me ages to get back. So I said, you know what? I'm going to leave. It was about 5 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. I started watching it on the screen, but I was making my way back. That place it takes hours to get out of there. Hours. And I don't know if I would have waited 3 hours, I would have never got out of there. I would have been there at midnight. So, as I was going, I thought, you know what? It's done. Hamilton's going to get the second. And towards the end, he was gaining on Charles Leclerc. He was gaining on him. Who would ever thought? Hamilton started clawing back. Right? So, when he went into the pits, I think Hamilton would have won the race, in my opinion. Because when they pitted Hamilton, there was a 4 seconds. There was a 4 second pit time, 3 seconds pit time or 3.5 seconds. Usually their pit time is about 2.5 seconds. Hamilton wasn't happy with the pit strategy. They said, "What did you do, guys? What have you done?" And you remember at the beginning, the safety car was out for 4 laps, so he lost time there. But if they would have got his pit time correct right for 2.5 seconds, all right, I'm not taking nothing away from Charles. Charles deserved the win. For all you guys out there, I'm telling you now, to me, Charles Leclerc deserves to win. He deserved to win. He's had some bad luck this year, and with his friend dying as well. And plus, he should have won Bahrain, and he never. Because it was no fault of his own, and he deserved this win. He can honestly say now his first win of his career in F1 was at one of the great tracks, Belgium, my favourite track. But go back to Hamilton. Hamilton was in the pit for 3.5 seconds. If he would have been in the pit for 2.5 seconds, which he was planning, he would have caught up with Charles and won that race. Because he lost the race by a half a second. A half of a second. He gained on Charles. Another lap, he would have won. One more lap and he would have won. And that's it. He would have won the race. And if he would have went into the pits at 2.5 seconds like they usually do, he would have won the race. But he never. It was meant to be. I'm not going to take nothing away from Charles. Brilliant driver. Future number one. To me, just as good as Max Verstappen. And I think Ferrari onto a great one here. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Vettel. This guy is out of it. There's rumours, like I said before, there's rumours that he was supposed to be going to Red Bull, but speculation is whatever. Let's have a look, see if I can get some. Usually I have some interviews. If you watch me audio, I usually go on the F1 website and I play some videos, interviews. Let's see what's on there. See, this is kind of a rush video. Usually, like I said, if you follow me, I usually do the qualifying video and race day video, and I will be doing that this week. Let's see if I've got any interviews I can play on here. Bear with me. Internet's a bit slow today. Let's have a look what we got. Come on. See what we got. Here we go. We got one here. We got one for Daniel Ricciardo. He's saying that he felt like he was driving very well. Let's play this. No. Well then. Come on. Sorry guys, just for doing this.
Now plenty comes in.
Oh, then.
So it's right where you need it. Wettable, ringable, and strong as bull. Plenty handy towels.
This is like
For messes all around, plenty's at hand.
Dan, you had top 10
Sorry about that,
majority
guys.
of the day, just a sitting duck at the end.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know how even we put ourselves in a top 10 position. I think we were holding 7th for a while. Turn 1, I said it yesterday, I mean every year here it's after a break, everyone gets a bit excited, and I saw there was accident in front of me, so I was on the outside obviously just avoiding it, doing what I could, and then I felt a big hit from the side, and the car jumped up, so yeah, there's a lot of damage on the floor. So I thought we were just going to retire the car actually after that lap, but we persisted, and yeah, running in 7th for a while, holding on. To be honest, I felt like I was driving very well. If I want to pat myself on the back, I really felt I was doing everything I could with a pretty hurt car, and we did well to hold on, but then at the end, yeah, it was tough. So nonetheless, I feel good that this race is over. I think this morning, didn't really know how I felt about being here. I didn't really want to be here. I think I can probably speak for most of us. But yeah, strangely enough, I think competing today was the best way we could probably show our respect. So it's weird. It's been really strange, but yeah, I'm glad it's over. And
yeah, so back to it was horrible weekend. It was So we're never going to know really, unless you're an F1 driver or driver, you've actually witnessed it and actually been at the same track where he died. It's Anthony Herbert. He's a young guy, man. It's a shame. It's a shame how he died. And yeah. So we've got one here. Carlos Sainz, a bad day in the office. It was. He was on such a momentum. Maybe he'll come to Monza and he's going to make up for it, you know.
Kira and Zach are working together with Grammarly's help. Grammarly encourages them to be considerate. But still confident. Sparking a brilliant working relationship. Grammarly, helping you connect. Go to Grammarly.com to download.
Carlos, it all seemed to just fall apart at the start.
Yeah, didn't even get to race today, so very disappointed with that. Yeah, just one of those things that happens in racing. Sometimes you just get a failure, loss of power, and you don't even get to race, which is tremendously disappointing.
And a horrible 24 hours and a really difficult end to this weekend.
Yeah, that puts everything into perspective. You know, I had a bad day in the office today, but compared to what one family and one community of motorsport is going through today, I think is nothing. So better to put it in the bag, turn the page, keep racing, and Monza is just around the corner.
Yeah, you can see how all the drivers are feeling it, you know. Understandable. So who else we got here now? We've got Lando Norris. Late engine for poor Lando. 1 lap towards the end, he could have got 6th place. 1 lap towards the end, the engine fails. It's saying on here, Lando Norris, late engine failure takes all hope from you. Poor Lando.
Lando, just a quick one, mate. You were having a very solitary, lonely, some might say, race to 5th position today, and just 1 lap too long.
1 lap too long?
Yeah, the race was.
The race was. Yeah, if it was 1 lap short, I actually would have made it over the line and seen the checkered flag, but I didn't. So, yeah. If it happened in the middle of the race, maybe that would have not been as bad. But considering we were 5th, my best result, 1 lap to go, yeah, just takes all hope from you because of how the weekend's gone and how it's played out. We've not looked super strong or anything, and I managed to put the car from turn 1 into a good position and hold on and drive the race we needed to, but like you said, 1 lap too long.
Sounds very disappointed, understandable. Vettel. Saying a frustrating day in the car. Yep.
Sebastian, a battling race. Talk us through it.
Well, not so much. I mean, it was more about making a gap for Charles at the end. So, yeah, obviously losing in the first stint, sliding too much, not being able to look after the tires, and yeah, couldn't stay with the pace that I had to. Then we covered for Lewis, and at that point, obviously, we pitted way earlier than everyone else, and that determined the rest of the race.
Obviously, the weekend ends with a Ferrari victory, but celebrations very much muted. A horrible 24 hours for the sport. A reality of the reality of this sport.
Yeah, I guess, but I guess you push it away as much as you can. Obviously, it wasn't an easy day to wake up to. It wasn't an easy night to fall asleep to. But yeah, what do? You have to move on.
Yeah. So what we got now? See what we got. See we got Charles and I don't know if it is anymore. Oh yeah, we got Bottas. He goes, not many opportunities for us today, but he seems positive. Let's play that one.
Valtteri, quite the race for you guys today, and coming on incredibly strong at the end for the podium.
Yeah, it was a little bit uneventful, honestly. Not that many things happening, not that many opportunities, but if there was, I think we took it strategy-wise. We did the right calls, and that's why we got Sebastian. So that was good. And towards the end of the race, from my side, there was nothing really anymore possible. So we decided to save quite a lot of the engine and gearbox and everything. So cruised easily home.
When Seb pitted early, was there any decision making in the team, any conversation about splitting yours and Lewis's strategies as Ferrari had done with their drivers?
Our tires were feeling good at that point still, so we thought why not to go longer, and because we knew for sure the medium will last longer, but it's not a massive difference to the soft. So I think definitely we made the right call, and it was all about preparation and communication.
So basically they knew they weren't going to win. And it was just basically getting maximum points as much as they can. Not maximum points, but as many points they can. So we got Lewis Hamilton. He's saying one more lap, and we could have caught Charles. Because he was a half a second behind him. He was gaining on him. And because of that pit strategy, like I said, for 3.5 seconds, it should have been 2.5 seconds, and he lost by half a second. You do the maths. But Charles did deserve it.
Oh boy, one more lap, and you just might have had it.
Maybe. It's bloody close, isn't it? Honestly, I think would need probably a couple of laps, probably. Maybe one more lap, but I think his tyres were starting to step off just a little bit stronger than mine. And but yeah, he did a great job, so congratulations to him.
Do you think that Vettel helped him a little bit with holding you up as long as you can? And are these things in your mind that maybe, or no?
No, what's done is done. I had a good race. I'm really happy with the result that I managed to move forward, to progress. I crashed yesterday, and to come away with a second, I'm really grateful for it. Charles did a great job. Of course, there were small things that happened through the weekend. You would think maybe if P1 was a bit smoother, if P3 was smoother, maybe you would have got that second place at the start. Maybe if I was second into turn 5, then I could have kept up with him and we would have had a race. But all these different things just made it a little bit harder. But that's racing.
You talk about the little things that happened throughout the weekend. We had obviously a big thing, a terrible thing that happened last night. We saw your social media post, but for you as a racer, as a man, how difficult have the last 24 hours been, and how much does it reflect what you guys do, what you guys put on the table week in, week out?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know Antoine, but it really hit home, because when we do the same thing, when you've been in the car, when you know what it's like, when it's, the same day I had to crash, and I remember seeing some fans kind of laughing and waving in the fan, like it's dangerous what we do, and so it really hit home. Then on top of that afterwards, and I didn't really sleep a lot last night. I don't know why I couldn't sleep, but it was just a really sad day, I think, for everyone. Seeing his parents this morning, it's very hard to even believe he's gone. But it just shows that we've got to continue to do work. GP2 or Formula 2 the cars needs to be even safer. But today we all wore a sticker for him today, and he was with us in spirit, and I kind of tried to win the race with him in mind, but still I think I did him proud, hopefully, with the race I did.
That's what I was saying. I said when I was there, I guarantee when he crashed in practice 3, they was all laughing, that's what it looked like on TV. And Lewis Hamilton just confirmed it. This is what I was laughing at, and Max Verstappen fans when he was out the race. That's just one. It's racing, isn't it? It's racing. And the last interview, it's gonna be Charles Leclerc, and after that, I'll do the standings. Try this. If it does play, come on.
Success without integrity
Oh, sorry. Advertisement again.
Do you know the word kismet?
No.
It's an ancient word. It means fate or destiny, something that's written in the stars.
Yeah, I understand where you want to end up. It's true. I mean, at the end, 2 years ago in Baku, I couldn't think I had this strength to end the race the way it ends up after losing my father. Obviously, yesterday, this is a little bit of a different situation because obviously Antoine, we lost him on a track which we had to race on today, so it was very, very difficult. I remember with Antoine, we started in karting in 2005 all together with Esteban and Pierre, and we did our first race in Manicourt all together. Antoine won, actually, and these are amazing memories. So yeah, it's a very sad day. I can't enjoy as much as I would like this first victory, but yeah, I had Antoine in my thoughts the whole race, and I'm satisfied to win on a day like this, to remember him the way he deserves.
Man, you had to fight for it too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the last laps weren't easy, and in the car, in the mirrors, I could see Lewis coming closer and closer. So I put my head down and tried to focus on the work I had to do in the car. And yeah, by one lap we got it, but one lap more, I don't think we could have stayed in front.
See, he said himself, one lap, another lap, he couldn't have fended off Lewis. Lewis would have got it. So we're going to do the standards of the race, how it finished. We had Charles Leclerc 1, Lewis Hamilton 2, 3, Valtteri Bottas 4th, Sebastian Vettel 5th, Alexander Albon 6th, Sergio Perez 7th, Daniel Fiat 8th, Nico Hülkenberg 9th, Pierre Gasly 10th, Lance Stroll 11th, Lando Norris 12th, Kevin Magnussen 13th, Roman Grosjean 14th, Daniel Ricciardo 15th, George Russell 16th, Kimi Räikkönen 17th, Robert Kubica 18th, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Carlos Sainz and Max Verstappen didn't finish. So let's see the drivers' standings. We've got Lewis Hamilton on top with 268 points. Second, Valtteri Bottas 203 points. Max Verstappen third, 181 points. Sebastian Vettel fourth, 169 points. Fifth place, Charles Leclerc, 157 points. Sixth place, Pierre Gasly, 65 points. Seventh, Carlos Sainz in 58 points. Eighth, Daniel Fiat, 33 points. Ninth place, Kimi Räikkönen with 31 points. 10th place, Alexander Albon with 26 points. And 11th place, Lando Norris with 24 points. And 12th place, Daniel Ricciardo with 22 points. 13th, Sergio Perez, 21 points. 14th, Nico Hülkenberg with 21 points. And now we have Lance Stroll, 15th, 19th, 19 points. 16th, Kevin Magnussen with 18 points. 17th place, Roman Grosjean with 8 points. And in 18th place, Antonio Giovinazzi with 1 point. And Robert Kubica, 1 point in 19th place. And last, George Russell yet to score. Now the teams. We have Mercedes on top with 471 points. Ferrari second with 326 points. Third place, Red Bull, 254. Fourth place, McLaren, 82. Fifth place, Toro Rosso, 51 points. Sixth place, Renault with 43 points. Seventh place, Racing Point, 40 points. Eighth place, Alfa Romeo, 32. Ninth place, Haas, 26. And 10th place, Williams, 1 point. So that's how it finished. So this weekend, we got Monza, a couple of days' time. Because I recorded this late, it's going to be Monza. We're going to have the qualifying like I always do, back to normal again. Qualifying video and then race day video on a Sunday. And sorry if this video seems a bit rushed. I got back just, I'm still tired. Got to go work tomorrow first thing in the morning. So I'm going to wrap this up. This is 2019 F1 Belgium Grand Prix race day review. This is Solo P1 signing out. Bye.